And governments all over the world have been raising awareness on climate change and its impact on man and the environment. This special report takes a look at some climate change-induced incidents across the globe and efforts of the Nigerian government to tackle its adverse effect using local strategies. Here is the report.
The Dubai floods that crippled activities for days, the flooding in Oman that left 20 people dead, and the flooding in the south of Uruguay, which left about 2,000 people homeless after the Santa Lucia Chico River reached record highs. These and other disasters have been linked to climate change.
It shouldn't come as a surprise, especially with the climate change, as we'll continue to see increased situation where the wet areas will become wetter and the dry areas will become dry, and that is what we're expecting. I will continue to expect more as the climate continues to change and we see changes in weather patterns.
There's intense heat. When there's intense heat, there is high rate of evaporation. And as a balance, again, what happens is it's going to eventually fall as rain. So when there is high evaporation, of course, when it's falling as rain, it's going to also be very, very heavy.
Experts say the burning of fossil fuels is driving up global temperatures and causing more extreme weather, including storms and floods.
Human activities from emissions, from industries, from farmlands, from homes. So there are certain gases, we call them greenhouse gases, that are released from this nature of activities, which causes the globe or the air to warm.
Meanwhile, coastal areas like Lagos are finding themselves underwater. Extreme weather, sea level rise, and other climate change impacts are increasingly to blame.
Globally, countries that either never used to experience harsh weather conditions are experiencing same. United Kingdom, the US, lots of countries in Europe and Asia. So we can't say Nigeria will be an exception. Lagos being a coastal state, 1/3 of our land mass is water. We can't be an exception. So we, like I've often said, we must learn to live with our environment because the environment is the master of man.
Lagos and generally Nigeria, we all generally use generating sets as alternative source of power supply because we don't have constant power supply. And these are very significant emitters of greenhouse gases.
With world leaders taking action against climate change, President Bola Tinubu, among other programs and policies aimed at tackling climate change, established the Presidential Committee on Climate Action and Green Economic Solutions in Lagos. The state government, apart from initiating its 5-year climate action plan, began cleaning up drainage infrastructure and making them more resilient and banned styrofoams to reduce plastic pollution. With all these efforts, Nigerians must also take action.
We are the inhabitants of this earth and we must take care of it. It's just like asking what does your human activities have to do with your house, where you live. If you don't take care of your house, you're surely going to lose that house. And that is what is happening to our earth today.
Like we're technically standing under this excruciating heat right now. People are trying, to go through the sustainable route. Like now we have the likes of Tesla making, chargeable cars. Although they're expensive as of now, although we believe that as time goes on, the more there's mass production, the cheaper, something becomes.
The scientists will do their work, but there's a lot that has to do with policies, there's a lot that has to do with behavioral patterns as well. For instance, it's difficult to say people should no longer use generating sets if we don't have alternative sources of power for them. And so there's a lot for government to do, there's a lot for industries and private sector to do. There's also a lot for international intergovernmental agencies to do to support developing countries to reducing what we call their carbon footprint.
No doubt, human activities are driving global warming. It may be a difficult task to convince people to give up habits in order to protect the environment. But with persistent climate change communication, awareness and action, it is possible. Bukola Taylor Cole, LTV News.
Thank you, Bukola. Now, as petrol scarcity bites harder across Nigeria, motorists in Lagos State are lamenting the untold hardship created by the scarce commodity. Our correspondent, Adekola Hastrop, reveals the harrowing experiences of innocent citizens, as some major and independent marketers have since closed their filling stations. His report.
These endless queues by motorists is just to get the scarce premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, which seems to be a recurring decimal in Nigeria's oil and gas trajectory. These e-hailing taxi operators lament the implications of the long queues that have resurfaced in Lagos, even as many filling stations remain closed with just a few dispensing fuel.
It's quite discomforting. And also the fact that you have to stay under this hot sun waiting for too long just to get fuel when it's not supposed to be this difficult to get fuel. And also the price is something else, you know. One of the reasons why we have so many people queued here is because this price is actually one of the lowest when it compared to all other filling stations. So look at the price difference. This is 568, others are 610. So who wouldn't want to come here?
I'm using it for hustling, you know. So imagine if I'm wasting all the time here right now. I'm supposed to be on the street to make money. And I'm wasting it looking for fuel. It doesn't pay.
I'm not feeling good now. Since 9 o'clock, a day here, they 5 fuel. Up to now, I never see. Since morning, I'm supposed to also get something to feed my family. And I still the 5 fuel. Not to say there's fuel. It costs. There's no fuel. Even fuel to get it, you know, they're easy. Even black markets to buy it, we not see to buy.
It takes me more than 5 hours here before I buy 10,000 fuel. I go to VI, I come back, the fuel is finished. Now see, I'm back here. And I don't have money to buy more.
They want a lasting solution to this menace which cripples socio-economic activities.
After all, you said there is no more fuel subsidy, and it's still scarce. So even if you remove the fuel subsidy and you give us the fuel, we are buying it at that rate, and it's available, we will be fine with it.
So we are pleading to the government just to help us so that the thing can convenient for the citizens of this country. You can see how people queue here and there just to buy what we have in this country. It's not convenient for us at all.
I think the government should look into it. Let it be available. Even if it is costly, we're still going to buy, we manage, you know. But you have to pay with a very, you know, with your earned money, and you still have to suffer to get it.
I feel there's like a whole lot government needs to work on. It's not just fuel, because it's one thing affecting the other thing and the rest of it.
Although the federal government has announced the sale of crude oil to the Dangote refinery in Naira, which is expected to ease the rising cost of living, Nigerians are, however, apprehensive of a final end to the crisis, even as the Port Harcourt and Kaduna refineries are expected to be operational before the end of the year.
Now, the Lagos State Head of Service, Olabode Aguru, has commended the year 2024 retired officers of the mainstream civil service and reassured them of Mr. Governor's commitment with the payment of their pensions. He was speaking at the sent-forth ceremony of the first and second quarter's 115 retired officers here in Lagos. Ayola Adelisi reports.
It is a time to celebrate for these retired civil servants as they bow out of office after 35 years of meritorious service. Speaking at the send-forth ceremony of the year 2024 retired officers of the mainstream civil service, the head of service, Olabode Aguru, urged the retirees to leverage on the empowerment program provided by the state government as they enjoy the swift payment of their pension.
That he did. He was dancing, he was so happy, and he made sure he cleared all the debts. Billions of naira we've paid this year, over 4 billion or 7 billion thereabouts, that Mr. Governor has paid. A round of applause for Mr. Governor. So this is a testament to this administration's dedication to ensuring that you enjoy the fruits of your labor without delay. We recognize the importance of financial security in retirement, and we are committed to upholding this promise. Let me inform you that
Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Olasukomi Oyegbola, advises the retired civil servants to take the opportunity of their retirement and enroll in the skills acquisition program of the state to keep themselves preoccupied and healthy after retirement.
As you embark on this next journey, I encourage you to embrace these opportunities. Stay active and continue making positive contributions to your communities. I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Governor and his deputy for their unwavering commitment to recognizing and rewarding the hard work of our public servants. Their support has made this ceremony a reality.
Some of the retirees appreciate the Lagos State government for the endless support during their years in service, as they advise those still in service to be diligent in the discharge of their duties.
Like us are still supposed to be in the race because actually I think I've just had just about 60%, being tapped out of what I've got. So we still have a lot more to give. We can still achieve more. It depends on the stage.
Everything you do is not for yourself or for government. You are doing it for yourself and the glory of your children and your country. So I wish them to put their efforts and put more glory to whatever they are doing in their work, and they should show love, guide, and to show appreciation to Lagos State.
For our public servant, I said they should remain resilient and they should deliver their job expeditiously. They should allow the government enterprise to prosper in their hand. We are known for integrity, we are known for transparency, and we are known for honesty. That should always be there. I know they should continue to support even the Team Agenda Plus of our Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, in order to deliver dividend of democracy.
The head of service presents the retirees with certificate of service as they all dance in Thanksgiving. Ayola Adelisi, LTV News.
Of Amuwu community joined their counterparts across the state to celebrate this year's Isheshe Day with renewed calls on Nigerians to sustain traditional values. Badagry Bureau Chief Samuel Dada reports.
Clad in white and other beautiful traditional attires, traditional worshippers in Amuwu community joined others in the state to celebrate Isheshe Day. Several traditional activities took place to spice up the celebrations. The need to promote and preserve African traditions and cultural values was emphasized.
We too should be celebrating our own culture so that our culture will not go in extinction. So you can see in Brazil, in Cuba, in Jamaica, they are celebrating the culture and the practice of their ancestors.
I mean, it's like giving respect to what we believe our, people from our ancestors does to survive, which was probably almost extinct as a result of, foreign, religion coming into the community. And then we have been taught, what we do is dirty and sort of smelly and all sorts of things like that. And that the best way is to actually adopt that of, the Christian or the Muslim. And if you don't do either, you are an atheist or you don't believe in God. Well, this shows us now that, actually God abides everywhere and God has no religion.
Participants equally appeal to governments at all levels to work tirelessly to address the lingering suffering of the masses, whilst urging Nigerians to remain calm and patient with government.
We want the stability and we want to progress this country. We believe in that everything will be all right. It's a matter of time.
Prayers were offered for peace, progress, and stability in the country in general. Samuel Dada, LTV News.
Coming up. Federal government incurs 9.38 trillion naira debt on fuel importation in 2023. That's in business news. Join us again.
On Business News Tonight, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says the federal government incurred a debt of 5.1 trillion naira in under-recovery and energy security expenses for fuel importation in 2023 and a total sum of 9.38 trillion naira described as receivables was incurred on behalf of the federal government in 2023 for fuel import. The company, in its financial statement for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023, disclosed that 6.25 trillion naira was accrued under domestic crude oil supply and 3.14 trillion naira under other receivables. On the 5.1 trillion naira in under-recovery and energy security expenses, the oil firm stated that the cumulative amount spent was used as expenses from crude oil supply for domestic use and other receivables on behalf of the Federation after it instructed the company not to sell its premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, above a certain regulated price. The total cost comprises two components, an under-recovery of 3.3 trillion naira from January to May 2023 and an energy security expenses of 1.8 trillion naira from August to December 2023. And that is business news. We now leave you with graphic details from the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Business owners and economic experts have continued to laud the Lagos State government on its recently launched Lagos Revenue Portal. The Lagos Revenue Portal emerges as a state-of-the-art digital platform, streamlining non-tax revenue administration across the state. This innovative portal serves as a centralized, user-friendly interface, simplifying the process for citizens to manage bills and make seamless payments, thus boosting efficiency and user convenience. Special Advisor to the Governor on Taxation and Revenue, Abdulkabir Ogungo, while highlighting the various innovations, adds that the portal automatically aligns payments with invoices, minimizing errors and ensuring accurate financial records.
We are here to celebrate a forward-thinking innovation in the annals of Lagos State revenue payment cycle, a payer-centric, fully digitized and transformative platform developed for payers, convenience and seamless operation for revenue stakeholders. The LRP is unique in several ways, including but not limited to the following. It's a self-service interface. It allows payers to interact with the payment system, bill management, integration of all payment platforms, instantaneous receipting and validation, automated reversal and amendment requests is possible on LRP.
For partners, the portal would revolutionize how Lagos collects its taxes and levies with a digital solution to ensure swift and accurate steps in payment processing and receipt generation, thus benefiting both users and staff of the government.
Sustainable frameworks for our dear states. I would like to congratulate the entire team led by Special Advisor of Revenue and Taxation and all of the stakeholders that have made and are making days like this possible. A congratulations to you all and a congratulations to Mr. Governor and Mr. Deputy.
Delivery to the citizens of Lagos State and also provide accelerated infrastructural development, for the good people of Lagos State, so that Lagos State will meet our dream modern megacity. Yeah, that's it, and we are happy to be part of this.
The portal was launched by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Thursday, August 15, 2024, and is available on Play Store and iOS platforms.
Players from at least 17 states and 20 clubs have been confirmed for the 5th edition of the Dr. Adegboyega Efunkoya National Cadet Table Tennis Championships holding in Lagos. This year's event commenced with a 2-day coaching clinic put together by the organizers to prepare players for the 3-day competition expected to commence on Thursday after the screening of eligible under 15 players. Speaking at the media parley held on Tuesday, member of the Board of Trustees, Dr. A.A. Efunkoya Table Tennis Foundation, Dr. Femi Olugbile, emphasized the tournament's goal to perpetuate the ideals of the late chairman of the Nigeria Table Tennis Association, whose leadership brought significant achievement to the sports in Nigeria. Dr. Olugbile stated that the foundation's efforts are intended to support the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation in discovering talents that the NTTF will nurture to represent the country in the future.
The same thing that applies to table tennis applies across the board. We've seen people crying about how badly we did in the last Olympics. They are taking a very short-term view of it, and if you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, it will be an exercise in futility. Yes, you can focus on the people who are there, but also you need to bring up people who are not even yet there, who have shown talent, because you've allowed them to have playing field. You've identified that this person in the school was doing very well, and locally they pick them up and they start to train them. And some you groom them and all of that, and they come to eventually to state and to national attention.
The foundation comprises former players and stakeholders dedicated to revitalizing the sport. As a flagship event of the foundation, the National Cadet Championships aim to support athletes' development is funded by former players and table tennis lovers in and outside Nigeria.
If we can have only 10 of Efunkoya in Nigeria, Nigeria will stand. Not only in sports, but in every other things, because he was a very disciplined person. I will continue to thank him for what he has done for table tennis. One thing I'm expecting is that hall, we should try and call it Adegboyega Efunkoya Training Hall. I'm hoping one day to immortalize him.
Spokesperson for the Efunkoya Foundation, Roti Lajide, noted the increase in the number of participating states and clubs while reiterating the commitment of the foundation to promote education and sports to reflect the values upheld by late Dr. Efunkoya.
20 clubs in total, as against 12 that we had last year. They have complied with our rule this year, that for us to cater for them, taking them into hostel and giving them food, we need 4 from each state. That is 2 girls and 2 boys. And all of the states but 1 have complied with that. So that's, for us, is joy.
A couple of weeks ago, we spoke with the national coach, and we talk about his plan for younger players, for building succession plan, and for ensuring that this is drilled down to grassroots. Now he has this plan. We are ready to also support. But what should be clear to everyone is that Efunkoya is just there to give a complementary support to assist the NTTF.
5 titles, singles, boys and girls, doubles, boys and girls, and mixed doubles events will be contested at the championships holding at the indoor hall of the National Stadium, Surulere. Dr. Efunkoya, a surgeon and medical practitioner, began his involvement in table tennis administration in 1962 and was elected chairman of the DENT Nigeria Table Tennis Association in 1963.
And on the foreign scene, 4 bodies have been found in the wreck of a luxury British yacht that sank off Sicily. 2 of the bodies recovered from the wreckage are those of Mike Lynch and his daughter Hannah. 6 people were missing after the yacht sank on Monday, and 3 recovered bodies have been identified. The 3rd body recovered near the Bayesian yacht is believed to be that of Ricardo Thomas, a Canadian chef who was working on the boat. Divers have been trying to access the cabin since it went down, but had been hampered by debris in the yacht. Fire crew have also been accessing the vessel through natural entrances without making any openings. Now let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. And to end the news, a recap of our major stories. The federal government has organized a 2-day workshop for public servants on confidence and integrity to improve accountability in governance. The Lagos State government has assured residents of consumers' rights protection for enrollees of health insurance schemes in Nira Eko. Now, the Lagos State Head of Service has assured 2024 retiring officers of government's swiftness to pension payment. And on the foreign scene, we told you that rescue teams have found 5 out of 6 missing passengers of a British Sicily yacht that sank inside the basin. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on the social media platforms. Our part in short tonight, the most authentic thing about us is our capacity to create, to overcome, to endure, to transform, to love, and to be greater than our suffering. Please remember to call Lagos toll-free lines at 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. Thank you for watching. I am Adebimpe Omotayo.
Suffering from stomach discomfort? To ease the discomfort, Jawasil Antacid Suspension. Jawasil neutralizes acidity. Jawasil Suspension is available in 100 milliliters and 200 milliliters with NAFDAC certification. Proudly manufactured by Jawa International Limited, Plot 6, Abimbola Way, Isolo Industrial Estate, Isolo, Lagos. Email marketing.jawa@gmail.com. Jawasil Antacid Suspension, a potent antacid.